Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
We're still here. It's still the Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigerian Forum. My name is Kofi Bartels. Today is Thursday, and usually on Thursdays we talk health. It's very important to talk health because in the midst of trying to talk for national development, if you talk and you don't take care of yourself, it's not good. And I guess this morning was also talking about it, that we are always talking, but you have to, apart from talk, you have to take care of yourself. Doc, am I correct? If you're concerned about the things in the country, allow it to affect you. Don't take care of yourself. You have to be alive.
To actually solve the country's problem.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. So I'd like to, we're looking at World Meningitis Day, which happens to be this particular month is a month of many things. We have dyslexia, we have some other things as well. But meningitis is what we're here to talk about. I'd like to introduce our guest with me in the studio. Is a man I've had a couple of interactions with, very, very robust and cerebral gentleman. He's a public health physician, Dr. Tuyi Mebawondu. Good morning to you. Thank you very much for joining us in the studio.
So nice to see you.
Yes.
After some time.
Absolutely. I've really enjoyed listening to your interviews and also being a part of it.
Thank you.
Yes, we have another public health physician joining us this morning. Dr. Vetty Agala is on video link with us. She is reaching us via Zoom from River State, and Dr. Agala is the National Coordinator and Secretary of Medical Women's Association of Nigeria. Dr. Vetty, good morning to you.
Good morning, Kofi. Good morning.
All right.
Our guest in the studio.
Yes.
Good morning, Dr. Vetty.
Yes, indeed.
Good morning.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Tuyi, meningitis is this something people should be concerned about? It's sometimes if you hear some of these words, it sounds like something very far. And nothing to happen. We just say, okay, it's one of those things we hear. It's not with us in Nigeria. Maybe somewhere out in China or somewhere. What is meningitis? And is this something that is prevalent amongst us here in this country?
Thank you, Kofi. When you hear the word meningitis, either you're a young doctor, old doctor, in medical profession, once you hear meningitis, it's like a dread. It's a really terrible disease that actually, the fatality is very high, and it can, have a lot of sequelae, a lot of damages to the eyes, to the ears, to the cognitive function of the person's ability to walk. And what is more threatening about meningitis is that you look at the meningitis, at least about 3.2 million infections, yearly, about 350,000 people are dying. And it has this belt, what we call meningitic belt, that spread over more than 16 countries, from Senegal here down to Ethiopia, Mali, DR Congo, Central African Republic, Sudan, both Sudan, and South Sudan, all the way down. And then when you look at the belt again, you see that it's a belt of poverty, it's a belt of malnutrition, it's a belt of malaria, it's a belt of instability. That you see the correlation. That's actually the coup belt.
The countries involved.
The countries involved. If you look at how the things.
And that's why we're having coups as well.
I don't know. Maybe we will have to correct that. But again, it's an inflammation or the infection of the coverings of the brain. Okay. The brain has there's a sheet covering the brain. To allow fluid, nutrients to be utilized by the brain, and at the same time, okay, nutrients is used, then there's a fluid that flows around the brain. When the lining, the brain and the spinal cord, when the lining is infected by bacteria, infected by fungi, but the major thing we're concerned is the bacterial meningitis. And the one that is causing the big issue here are actually 3 bacteria: meningococca, pneumococca, and H. influenza, as the case may be. But the one we're really concerned about in this meningitic belt is meningococcal meningitis. So it's a big issue because it's a disease of poverty, it's a disease of malnutrition. Of course, in a country or in a continent where you have 1/5 of them are malnourished, you have 55 million under 5, being malnourished. You then get worried that it's not something you want to have in any country.
I see. Okay, Dr. Mebawondu, thank you so much. Dr. Agala, over to you. So tell us, for those who are wondering, just like Dr. Mebawondu has said, what is meningitis?
Thank you, Kofi. Just like he has said, meningitis is a dreaded infection. I mean, when I heard him talk about medical school, it is almost like a sentence, a death sentence when a child comes and is meningitis or severe malaria or something. But like he has said, it is inflammation of the coverings of the brain and the spinal cord. Those coverings are called meninges. And so meningitis is inflammation of the meninges that cover the brain and the spinal cord. And he has gone far to explain the belt, the areas of poverty, malnutrition, and why we're still having that number of cases and of course deaths. So that's exactly what it is, caused by virus, fungi, parasites or bacteria. And like he has said, the meningococcal meningitis is what we are so worried about because it's preventable and of course there's treatment for it. Thank you.
Okay, all right. So this is a death sentence. Let's look at the causes of meningitis. It sounds scary if we hear from you, the doctors, that this is a death sentence when you're in medical school, when they bring in a child with meningitis. That's really scary. It's from what you're saying, it seems it's been a recurring health concern in Nigeria. So what are the common causes and risk factors associated with this meningitis outbreaks in Nigeria? Dr. Mebawondu.
Let's look at the risk factors. Whenever you have poverty, whenever you have overcrowding, whenever you have poor governance, when you have malnutrition, please note that, of course, disease follows all those things. Meningitis is one of them.
Poverty.
Yeah, poverty,
overcrowding, poor governance, malnutrition. Okay. Then,
usually the belt is actually a dusty, dry weather, dusty, bed, because most of the time meningitis is gotten by droplet infection. Somebody sneezes, somebody coughs, and then the air takes it around, and you inhale it, and then lo and behold, when the immune system is low, that's why you see that invariably, most of the time, this disease kills children easily, because their immune system is compromised. 55 million under 5 are malnourished in Africa. That's a lot of number, okay, more than the population of some country. So those are the the risk factors. Of course, Dr. Vetty mentioned all the germs that are involved, but our concern here is actually the bacterial type of meningitis afflicting children that is causing the epidemics that we've seen over and over, 2010, 2020, 2009. That is afflicting.
So these are the years we had meningitis
and then it seems like
outbreaks in Nigeria.
It's a repeat.
Okay.
After every 4 to 7 years, you see that repeat. It's actually repeat. And it's actually the northern part of Nigeria, because that's what falls within that belt. Apart from that, people that have low immune system, they have a different type of meningitis, like listeria, people with HIV and AIDS. And then if you look at our figure in those things, it's not even also smiling. Okay. So it seems that anyhow you look at it, we're prone to all things. And to worsen the matter, meningitis and malaria, they also occur on the same belt. Meningitis and coup on the same belt. Meningitis and malnutrition on the same belt.
Where you said coup, my mind went to the coups.
Yes, and bad governance. Of course, from Sudan, Ethiopia,
Mm-hmm.
down to Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso.
So it's related to bad governance, malnutrition.
For me, we have to start
poverty.
interrogating the importance of good governance.
Okay. So, but primary malnutrition, lack absence of the nutrients that children needs, poor immunity.
Yeah, of course, you need good food to build the immune system. You need good food to fight diseases. So if those things are absent, your ability, your strength to confront those diseases are actually compromised. And once they are compromised, you succumb to diseases. And good enough, meningitis is one of them, or bad enough, meningitis is one of them. And these areas, you see that they're overcrowding. You see 20 people staying in one small hut. You see the weather is dry. People, the bad hygiene. People are spitting here and there, and they're sharing the same utensils here and there, and they can transfer germs from one person. And to make the matter worse, in some people, they are carriers. 10 to 20% of the population carry this meningococcus on in their this thing. So in essence, we see that these are factors that actually, worsen meningitis.
Are we looking at just children? We have
meningitis can affect anybody. But why I'm emphasizing on children, because those are the ones that actually lose their life easily. Okay. They succumb easily to those diseases.
Really scary stuff right there. If you're listening to us, it's still the Morning Crossfire. It's a Thursday, and on Thursday we take care of your health right here on the Morning Crossfire. Very important that we must look at health and educate ourselves about our health, because health is wealth. While we're talking for development like we do on Nigerian Info, we also want you to take care of your health. We're marking World Meningitis Day right here on the Morning Crossfire. With me in the studio, Dr. Tuyi and Mebawondu, public health physician, and Dr. Vetty Agala, also public health physician, joining us via Zoom from Port Harcourt, River State. Dr. Agala, over to you. What are the typical signs and symptoms of meningitis? How can people differentiate it from other illnesses? Because there's a lot that you've both said that maybe it's not too clear for us to be able to tell. So please give us that expo. How can we differentiate meningitis from other diseases? What are the typical signs and symptoms?
All right, thank you, Kofi. Of course, meningitis has symptoms and signs that are related to infection, just like other infections. But I'll just really
Dr. Agala, sorry, the internet has interrupted you. Can you hear me? Okay, we'll try and get back to her. Dr. Agala, are you there, please?
Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can now. Sorry about that. Please go on.
All right. So I was talking about the symptoms that include fever. So there could be fever, there could be neck stiffness, there could be vomiting, there could be sensitivity to light, what we call photophobia. You're not able to look at bright light. There could be convulsions or fits or seizures. There could just be drowsiness, like your sensorium is not, you're not feeling yourself. I don't know how to put that, but you could be drowsy, you could be subconscious, unconscious, and I've talked about the neck stiffness. I don't know whether you heard that before I went off. So fever, neck stiffness, headaches, severe headaches, vomiting, possibly drowsiness, photophobia, and there could be a rash on the skin. So these are typically the symptoms of meningitis. And like he has said, usually it's a throat, and you get the droplets from either sneezing or coughing. It's a droplet infection. So there could just be an underlying cough depending on the kind of infective agents that you have.
All right, thank you very much. This photophobia is something I'm hearing for the first time. It's like you look at bright lights or lights and you can't look at it.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have this thing now. As children, we've had it. They say it's malaria. She's laughing. We have it. We say it's malaria.
Always. Most symptoms cut across a number of infections, but that's why you must go to your healthcare provider to find out what exactly is causing these symptoms. Don't stay at home and assume that this is how my malaria does. Oh, it comes with fever and headache. It's malaria, So you go to the hospital, and then, of course, investigations can be done after a good history. Remember, he talked about the meningitis belt. He talked about the kind of places that people live. If you live in an overcrowded place, the examining that person, you can see the child may be malnourished, and all of that. So you put the history together with the physical examination, and of course, you go ahead to do what we call a lumbar puncture to actually check the cerebrospinal fluid to see what kind of infection is there, amongst other things, before you can make that diagnosis. So it's not just malaria, and it's possible for malaria to cause a number of these symptoms.
Okay. I remember those days as a child, I couldn't look at light. It was so hard. My whole body was hot, and I had the poured water on me. Everything they put on me was turning so hot. Anyway, but for those who are listening, it's very important. If you have a call, you have a question to ask, please feel free to call 0700 993 993 993. It's World Meningitis Day today. And of course, it's a day to raise awareness about meningitis, which is a disease that can, like you heard from our guests, tragically take a life under 24 hours and cause lifelong impairment. So World Meningitis Day is commemorated every year on the 5th of October. And we have in the studios with us this morning Dr. Tuyi Mebawondu, a public health physician, and Dr. Vetty Agala, a public health physician who joins us via video link. So if you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook, you'll see both of them. Just go to facebook.com/Nigeria Info or search for Nigeria Info at 99.3, and you'll see everything on Facebook. Also on YouTube, it's Nigeria Info FM. All right, just search for Nigeria Info FM on YouTube. You'll see everything there. You can comment on YouTube, comment on Facebook. Also on Twitter, we're at Nigeria Info FM. On Twitter, you can also send us your comments there, and we'll be very glad to read your thoughts. Our WhatsApp numbers are available. We have some of our listeners already calling in. World Meningitis Day. Good morning. Okay, we lost your call. Please call back if you can. 0700 993 993 993 is the number to call. 0700 993 993 993. Okay, back to you, Dr. Mebawondu. Let's look at the remedies. For those who have any of these symptoms, what do they need to do immediately?
Well, before we go to the remedy, let's focus on why are we even actually talking about World Meningitis Day? Well, WHO has set an ambitious project. Okay, 2030, we're going to actually defeat or fight meningitis. I mean, it's going to be a bye-bye thing, especially the meningococcal variety. Well, and of course, because of that, they've launched a lot of vaccination to do all this. And so the thing for this year is that light the road to ensure that we fight malaria. We have to light the road. How do we light the road? First and foremost, we have to improve prevention. We have to do diagnosis, and then we have to treat appropriately. There's advocacy about, which is what we're doing. There's information advocacy, which is what we're doing. And as part of the lighting the road, and we have to give support to people that have actually suffered the meningitis and even having the sequela. I mean, the so-called complication of meningitis. That is our way. So I mean, at this level, we're trying to give that to people. When you have serious headache, it's because
migraine.
It's migraine. Please check it out with a doctor. Put a call through to somebody. When your fever is so high, talk to somebody. When you are getting disoriented, don't just it's that malaria again. Talk. It could be a sign of a very serious thing. And when you have a child that is crying unconsolably, just crying, running fever, crying and grimacing, please don't just think that it's just, this child is stubborn and is hungry. Do something. So now, if you're talking about treatment, the first thing is that your own part, don't do self-medication.
But before you go there, because you mentioned something very important, which I want to you to touch on. Vaccination campaigns, have been implemented to combat meningitis. I want you to shed light on the importance of this vaccination. You mentioned it. And is it even accessible to ordinary Nigerians?
Well, of course, it should be accessible to ordinary Nigerians because now, since 2019 or so, meningitis has been, 2009 has been part of national program on immunization, which means that as a child, you can take meningitis vaccines. And then there are stages of taking vaccines even when you're an adult, as the case may be.
Doc, please hold the thought. Let's just go for a quick break. We'll be right back. Sorry.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
When you first get belle, it dey be like say now 1 million stretch mark products na in dey market, but you trust other women wey carry belle like you. Na so I take discover bio oil and I dey use am every day.
Bio oil dey help clear comot all the scars, stretch marks and patch skin tone. Bio oil dey available for inside all the big shops dem and pharmacies wey dey near you. Bio oil full ground for internet on top Jumia for the Bio oil official store. For more information, abeg contact Bio Oil Nigeria on top Facebook to know original Bio oil product. Abeg shine your eyes well for the Sprock seal, scratch and text pin wey dey on top the packet, and you go fit win a Wolf recharge card sharp. Dem don stamp Bio oil skincare oil say e dey safe and kajad for adults, plus including person wey get belle. E no sure say your skin go do you one kind, but if e do you, abeg make you stop to dey use am.
You get the wash so extra clean. You're the queen of clean, extra clean. Good mama makes you the queen of clean. Good mama. You get the wash so fresh, the fragrance, the scent. Oh, good mama, you're the queen of fresh. Good mama.
Every good mama knows it's the booster beads that gives you the extra clean wash and extra fresh fragrance. Good Mama detergent with clean and fresh booster beads. Get your wash extra clean, extra fresh. Good Mama knows best.
See my brother no go come. If they ask for your CVV, no go drop palm. If anybody tell you say, hey, I'm calling from the bank, can you send me your PV and make you block calm? Come on back by the world, more bill. If they want you pin, tell them no will. NCDC know they share free money. Make you no go carry mulatro. Well, or the go bill. Protect your password. Use two factor, make your account no go actor. And make you know they click links that you can't trust. Or you go receive a lot you can't account for. No go for my God. No go lose God.
No go for MAGA. Confirm am again.
This message is brought to you by the Bankers Committee, Central Bank of Nigeria, in partnership with the Committee of Chief Information Security Officers of Nigerian Financial Institutions.
I got stretch marks in my teens, so of course, when I became pregnant, I wanted to avoid them. I'd hear about bio oil all the time, so it was the obvious choice.
Bio oil helps improve the appearance of scars, stretch marks, and uneven skin tone. Bio oil is available in all leading pharmacies and shops and is available online on Jumia. To identify genuine bio oil products, look out for the Sprock seal, scratch and text PIN, and be instantly rewarded with airtime. Bio oil skincare oil is clinically proven as safe for its intended use by adults, including pregnant women. In the unlikely event of skin irritation, please discontinue use.
I know you're like me. Abuja today, Lagos tomorrow, maybe London next week. I get it. You're always on the move. That is why you need a computer that can optimize performance in almost any environment you find yourself. With its new and intelligent design, the HP EliteBook 640 14 inches G9 notebook PC gives you the power of mobility. Connect and collaborate seamlessly anywhere you go. Move freely from your office to the conference room or from your home office to the cafe with Wi-Fi 6E or optional 4G connectivity. So, if you have a dynamic work style or a constantly evolving business environment, the HP EliteBook 640 G9 notebook PC elevates design, connectivity, and security wherever work takes you. Discover and enjoy the possibilities of Elite mobility with the HP EliteBook 640 14 inches G9 notebook PC. Available at Landstrend Limited, number 28 Otigba Street, Computer Village, Ikeja, Lagos. Visit www.landstrend.com or call 0809 781 7579 for more information.
Generate your electricity.
My people, we can now enjoy 24/7 steady electricity with Cloud Energy Power Storage promo. Reduce the effect of rising fuel costs and save big on electricity bills.
Buy Cloud Energy solar power storage products and pay small over 12 months. An amazing offer for solar generator, panels, inverters, batteries, fridge, and freezers.
Boost productivity in your offices, schools, and home.
We now have a better lifestyle with Cloud Energy Solar. No more estimated bills, no diesel, fuel, or generator wahala.
Yes, so make your offices and home energy efficient. Save big. Buy into the Cloud Energy Power Storage promo and enjoy 24/7 steady electricity.
Contact 0909 9000 901 0802 5222 500 or visit 191 Ikorodu Road, Palm Grove, Lagos.
Email us sales@cloudenergy.com.ng.
Cloud Energy.
Cloud Energy. Energy for better life.
New and improved banking with Key Mobile. Save
options like quick loans, FX sales, a better way to pay and receive money with QR codes. You still fit send money for Niger and abroad. Pay bills, buy airtime and data. 100% self-service with Key Mobile. Easy and branchless banking, Key Mobile.
Download the new Mobile app from your Google or Apple store today.
New and improved banking.
Keystone Bank. We grow together.
Panasonic air conditioner. Your family's health is top priority with Panasonic's latest range of U-Series air conditioners that is equipped with NanoWay X technology. You can now protect your family's health by enhancing your home's indoor air quality. Not only that, Panasonic's latest air conditioners use eco-friendly R32 refrigerant. So now, your family's health as well as our environment can stay protected. Panasonic is available at all Panasurf showrooms and all leading electronics stores in Nigeria. Panasurf showrooms are located at Lekki, Victoria Island, Ikeja, Enugu, Kano, Port Harcourt, and Abuja. Panasonic air conditioners. Quality air for life.
Get in on the action with Betano, your exciting destination for thrilling sports betting. Enjoy an award-winning experience with amazing betting options, cash out, and missions, as well as other features. Join now and get a welcome bonus of up to 100,000 Naira. Betano.ng. The game starts now.
Us moms, we never have enough time. So when my family's day starts, I make Quaker 3-in-1 oats in an instant to get them started. It's quick 3-in-1 goodness. You just add hot water and it's ready in 2 minutes. Yes, so just add water. Quaker 3-in-1 instant oats has milk and sugar and comes in 300 grams and 50 grams. So make sure Quaker Oats 3-in-1 instant oats is on your shopping list today. Quaker goodness, now quicker.
Quaker Oats is an amazing start to your day.
Okay, so this is your total. Do you need anything else?
Yeah, I would like to pay for the person at the back. In fact, add 1 pack of Malta Guinness.
Guy, I won't give you my number. Why are you paying for me?
I just feel like doing good. I don't need a reason to share goodness.
Goodness is not just an expression, it's a way of life. So share the goodness with someone today.
Bro, one for me too, Abby.
Yes, so 1 cold Malta Guinness for you too.
Malta Guinness. Enjoy a world of good.
Oh, why is the water still leaking? And how do I find a plumber around here now?
You are seriously worrying yourself?
Are you going to do the plumbing work for me?
Nah, with Walkman, I don't have to do guesswork. You can get reliable plumbers around you in minutes. Download the Walkman app today from your Play Store or iOS and get service providers help you get what you need done, ranging from hairdresser, plumber, electrician, carpenter, bricklayer, mechanic, and others.
You don't mean it.
See, I just requested for a plumber for you. He should be here soon.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank Walkman. To find Walkman app, just type WRK Man on your Play Store and you will see it. Need help? Get help. Get help.
I had a dream that one day the Nigerian people will no longer complain of an unstable power supply. I had a dream that one day Nigerians will no longer have to come home after a long day to pull generators. Listen, my people, that dream is now a reality. The Sun King solar inverter is here to change things for good. Now, my people, you can enjoy reliable power for your homes and businesses. The Sun King solar inverter comes with a 3-year warranty, long battery life, and is available across Nigeria. Call 0800-786-5464. 0800-786-5464 for more. Sun King, power on, Naija.
My son has a football match at school today, but looks tired already. Wearing his boots slowly, like someone turned down our playback speed.
But with Golden Penny Choco, he eventually comes alive. Now Junior is back on his feet to take on his day. 'Cause I make breakfast time Choco time.
Golden Penny Choco for everyday energy.
Now we're back on the Morning Crossfire.
All right, welcome back. We're still talking meningitis right here on the Morning Crossfire's Health Thursday. And as usual, we attend to your health. Your health is important. Like I said, we take care of your health on Thursdays right here on the Morning Crossfire. Today, October 5, 2023 is World Meningitis Day. Of course, it's commemorated every year on the 5th of October. Earlier this day was observed on April 24, 2022. It was later moved to October 5. It is tagged a major public health problem in countries of the African meningitis belt, like our guest has told us this morning, Dr. Tuyi Mebawondu, including Nigeria. Research has shown that across the world, meningitis kills 1 in 10 people, causing lifelong disability. That's really scary. It's not something we normally talk about. We talk about HIV and AIDS, malaria, cancer, COVID and all that. Our guests on the program this morning, Dr. Tuyi Mebawondu, he's with me in the studio. He's a public health physician right here in Lagos. Dr. Vetty Agala is a public health physician, and also she joins us via Zoom from Port Harcourt, Rivers State. Meningitis continues to cause up to 50 lakh cases yearly worldwide, including deadly epidemics. So we're asking, are you listening to us this morning, taking action to protect yourself and your family from these potentially deadly diseases? 0700 993 993 993 0700 993 993 993. You can call that number if you have a question or contribution to make this morning on the program. My name is Kofi Bartels. This is the Morning Crossfire. Before we went on the commercial break, Dr. Mebawondu, you were telling us about the vaccination and if whether it's readily, easily available to people in Nigeria, but also what the steps that our listeners need to take if they notice they have any of the symptoms that you and Dr. Agala talked about. So please go on.
First and foremost, don't be your own doctor. Don't self-medicate. You don't know. These things look alike. You have headache that is not going. You have fever that is so high. You are getting confused anyhow. Please don't, or you find some rashes on your body with fever, don't think that, oh, it's one of those rashes. Seek the opinion of an expert. Of course, we know that there's vaccine. The vaccine basically is part of the national program on immunization. And if you look at our immunization penetration in Nigeria, what is it? Less than 50%. That gives a problem. And where do we have this kind of reduced penetration? In this meningitic belt, where conflicts, Boko Haram, all sorts of things arrive. People cannot go in there and immunize children who actually need those things. That becomes a problem. So you can see the link between good governance and good health and meningitis prevention again. Now, then we have to really up our immunization penetration in this country if we really want to, be serious. Now you have 30,000 primary healthcare centers all over the country. Only about 3,000, less than 6,000 of them are working. About 3,000 are working. So raise those ones so that people can easily go there and get vaccination. This is important. Okay, and do your campaign. We're talking now.
Do we need more than 30,000?
Let the 30,000 work, my brother.
Okay.
We have 3,000 just working. Let the 30,000 work. Okay, that's an aspect we need to hand washing, it's very key. You are one of the inside the room. So some are coughing, some are sneezing. You are transmitting diseases all over the place. They are sharing utensils. So that primary prevention is very, very key. It's very key. For me, that is even more important for the public than trying to think of what drugs to use.
Okay.
Because if you clean yourself very well, if you maintain your hygiene, if you don't share utensils, if you actually sleep in aerated places, and then you wash your hand regularly, and then when you are in a dusty place, you cover your nostrils. You've done a lot of the work.
When you talk about sharing utensils, we shouldn't use the same spoon, right?
Of course, or cups. If you have headache and have high fever, and you say, please, doctor, what's my problem? But again, where are even the doctors to even attend to you? But you have to actually look for one. Maybe Dr. Vetty will. They can go to Dr. Vetty.
But where are the doctors? Don't we have them again?
Dr. Vetty will answer that question.
Dr. Vetty, where are the doctors? He said if you can find a doctor to attend to. Where are the doctors?
They are going to greener pastures. They are jackering.
Is it that so obvious now that it's telling on our health sector? Noticeable.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's in droves every day. All cadres, not even just young doctors. You see, even professors are moving. So we don't have enough doctors. And so that's why what he has said, those things you can do for yourself, personal hygiene, keeping your environment clean, ensuring that you access the available healthcare, because there is some available healthcare. There are health centers that have vaccines. Avail your child that opportunity to be part of the national program on immunization. These vaccines are there, to cover for a number of the infective agents that cause meningitis. So key is general public maintain good personal hygiene, hand washing, respiratory etiquette. When you cough, don't just cough into the open like that and spread whatever it is that you have. Cough into maybe a tissue, handkerchief, something, and discard or wash, and then wash your hands. Cough into your elbow. These things are simple and they prevent so many diseases, not just COVID. Now we're talking meningitis and we're talking about almost the same, the same thing. So you find that if you just lead a general healthy life, if the security and the poverty and all the other confounding issues will help, will allow you, it will go a long way to prevent generally most of these infective diseases.
What ages are we talking about, Dr. Vetty, for the immunization?
Yeah, so for us, our childhood immunization starts quite early. We have the pneumococcal vaccine. We have the Men A, Men B. There's one that is part of the 5. There are different, we call them pentavalent vaccine, yes. So from 6 weeks, a child begins to get the required immunization. 6 weeks, 10 weeks, up to 9 months, 1 year, and then there are booster doses, So it's important to just get into the program and follow the schedule.
All right.
So as early as 6 weeks, a child can begin to assess the vaccinations.
Dr. Mebawondu talked about low vaccine penetration. Yes. So for those who are listening who want to be part of it, maybe they've not had anybody coming with a loudspeaker to their community. Where do they need to go to get the vaccination?
Now, so good thing, there are still some health centers that are functional. I am in Port Harcourt, River State, and we have over 300 health centers. In fact, almost all of them, 314, are functioning, whether as health posts. And so basically, immunization is going on across these health centers. But in those places where they have these outbreaks, like the states that cut across the belt, and there are outbreaks and there are deaths, outreaches are done, campaigns are done, booster doses are given. And this vaccine, whether you have given before or not, when there are campaigns, we are encouraged to avail our children the opportunity to take this vaccine. People that are traveling to areas where meningitis is an issue, you also need to take the vaccine. If you're going to the north, for instance, from here, it's important that you take the vaccine. So these vaccines are available. For children, it is largely free because it's part of the schedule. And I had forgotten to mention what babies can show as symptoms. And I recall that Doc was able to mention when a child is just irritable, crying, you're doing everything, is unconsolable, you should worry. Don't just think, like he said, that a child is stubborn, because this is more common in babies, in very young children, of course, teens and young adults. So it's available. I think it's time for us to also step out and seek health care. Most times we sit at home and wait for help to come to us. Yes, we are doing that. We are starting to realize that maybe we'll take help to the people, but the people must realize that it's their life, and so you avail yourself of those opportunities that are made available.
Interesting stuff. Dr. Mebawondu, for regions or with limited health access, what steps can the communities there take to, protect themselves from meningitis outbreak?
You know what, you have to use what you have. What you have now is information, okay? And then information must be thorough and true. You're looking at the faith-based organization, your mosques, your churches, your CDAs. You have to really push the campaign down to them, to go to the house and tell people and educate them. That is very, very important, Then when you are driving your vaccine penetration, of course, you still have to go to them. But of course, there are a lot of areas where kidnappers, banditry, insurgencies arrive. And then pushing vaccines to those areas becomes a really, really, really challenging thing. So, we need peace, we need security to actually be able to deliver, this weapon of mass salvation in a way. These are vaccines that we need to push down the line. So, information in their language, where they are, to tell them, when you see this in your child, bring to the hospital bed. The hospital must be functioning. Recently, I nearly lost my cousin, inside Lagos, moved to from.
Really? In this Lagos?
Yeah, yes, now. He had a strangulated hernia, moved from one hospital. I was calling, no space. A second hospital, no space. Third, no space. Fourth, no space. Fifth, he got to the sixth one. I'm talking about big government hospital where one said, okay, let me just assure that you get treatment overnight, put him on treatment. Luckily, a space appeared before morning, and that was how he got saved. So when we're talking that we're having challenges in the health system, people should understand. People should take action. Honestly, we're having challenges. How many people can okay, I remember somebody that needs a neurosurgical intervention. Where am I going to send the person to? So meningitis is bad. It affects the brain. It gives a long, lifelong sequelae. Mental deficiency. Some are blind, some are deaf. Some cannot even walk properly. So we must do the little thing, which is immunization, basic hygiene, campaign, talk. Health literacy is the cheapest thing.
Okay.
We can deploy.
Do you think traditional rulers can have a role to play in this?
I'm not a traditional ruler. Yes, they can have a role to play.
Obas in Lagos here.
They should do more of that. Okay. They should do more of that instead of dancing in the parties. Let them
standing and sitting down.
Yes, instead of standing and sitting down, they should do more of those things. What are they going to do in a party? Stay and ensure, because in reality, the Obas or the traditional rulers are actually at the forefront of protecting their community, the health of the community, security of the community, wealth of the community. They are at the front. But now what you see that they go to the party and be sitting down and standing up and sharing rice. So they have to think, more.
We are appealing to them.
Please be part of this solution.
Yes, reach out to the primary healthcare agency in the state. Come and talk to our people.
Talk to your people. Yes. Encourage them.
We have not immunized this place, so come here. We've not had people coming for immunization. What's going on?
Yes.
All right.
They should do more of that.
It's very, very important. Thank you very much. Dr. Agala, early detection and treatment, from what I've heard you say, are crucial. I'm going to ask again. Even if people suspect they have it, what do they need to do?
Thank you.
Yeah. What do you have to add to what Dr. Mebawondu has said here?
Yes, prevention is more important, but the next best thing is early detection. And we've said it severally that when you find any of these symptoms, please get to the healthcare provider, get to your health facility. When a proper diagnosis is made, there is treatment. All right, there are antibiotics that can be used intravenously to treat so that we can prevent those sequelae doctor talked about, the blindness, hearing disabilities, disability with movement and all of that. So there is treatment. It's available, but those treatments are not in church. They are not in the chemist. They are in a health facility with a healthcare provider, a doctor that has been able to make this diagnosis and to start treatment early. So this is available. And I want to join my voice to our religious leaders, our traditional leaders, everyone. I am a health promotion officer in my state, and everyone has to unite in this fight. It cannot be what only healthcare workers would do. Family members, everyone must carry this information to their families, their communities, and tell them basic things to do to prevent. We have mothers and mothers-in-laws that ask their daughters-in-law not to allow their children to be vaccinated. So it's important that we are all united in this fight to light that road, to light the torch. It's everyone. One person lighting the torch of the other, and that's how we win this war. Of course, we don't want to say so much about government. Doc has has cried out to say we need a working system. And I'm not going to repeat that, because indeed, when there's a stable government, when there's a security piece, life is easier. Disease burden drop. So what people need to do is to get this information that they have gotten now, to know that if I have a fever, I have this headache that is persisting, I don't have to stay at home and self-medicate or find out from Ada what she took when she had this kind of headache. Because people take other people's medication, thinking that it's the same problem that they have. So my advice would be for you to recognize symptoms early and approach your healthcare provider.
All right. I want to say a very big thank you to both of you for your time. Dr. Tuyi Mebawondu with us here in the studio, a public health physician. Thank you very much for your time, sir.
Thank you,
all right,
my brother.
And of course, Dr. Vetty Agala, also public health physician who joined us via Zoom from Port Harcourt, River State. She's a national secretary of the Medical Women's Association of Nigeria. My regards to all the M1 women. You and me, we are like 5 or 6. I miss all of you. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for your time.
You.
And we'll encourage all of you listening this morning to please be very careful. Watch, for the signs and symptoms, just in case you may have anything like that. And of course, also prevent yourself from getting anything like this by doing what our doctors have said you should do. Prevention, they say, is better than cure.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We're back with more conversations right here on the Morning Crossfire. I want to thank Dr. Vetty. Thank you so much. And Dr. Mebawondu, thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Doc.
Thank you
Thanks. All right. Okay. Bye. Bye for now.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye, Dr. Betty.
All right.
Bye.
That's on my medical camaraderie. All right. That's much we can take on the Morning Crossfire. My name is Kofi Bartels. We'll take the news at 9, which is headline news. And after that, we will go straight in to Daily Digest. Jimmy Disu is coming to the studio. I'm sure he'd like to, he'd like to say hi to you. So hang on. All right. You seem like his kind of person, You're wearing a fella shirt.
Celebration is starting now.
Yes. Okay, my name is Kofi Bartels. Good morning.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. .3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info